What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to talk about my man, Robbie Reyes, a character that a lot of us have been praying to get a big upgrade for a long, long time. And is it a good upgrade? Obviously, it is because he was pretty much crap before. But how good is it? Well, it's actually pretty damn awesome, guys. I'd actually say that, in my opinion, he's actually a better character than Ghost Rider, in my opinion, the Johnny Blaze version. Even though this is a great character, and even to this day, he's still a very strong character because of the lack of survivability that this character has, the lack of the heals. He doesn't have a super high decreased damage received. I mean, he's got like a decreased base damage received with super villains by 20%, but it's nothing compared to Robbie Reyes. Robbie has got a pretty insane kit because they actually gave this character a ridiculous heal. 30% recovery heal is awesome. Not to mention that they also gave him this sweet uniform effect that decreases damage from supervillains by 70%, right? I mean, it's like, Johnny Blaze has a little bit better buffs as far as damage to supervillains, but damage reduced from supervillains is actually better on Robbie Reyes. So having the heal and having the extra decreased damage received just makes him easy to play because the survivability is so good. This character can actually tank certain attacks from Dormammu, which is actually pretty freaking insane. And then having the chain of damage is actually really good. Now, the thing that kind of sucks about Robbie is that he isn't really super proc friendly. You can play with a proc, but you will find it does get off at times. It can be pretty damn annoying due to the cooldowns of his skills and how much residual damage or how long his skills actually last. I mean, because what happens is you'll run through your rotation, and then a lot of times there's still some residual damage going on. By the time your proc needs to restart again, by the time it resets, so it'll actually engage the proc right away, sometimes again. And when it does, it throws your proc timing all off. Now, my Robbie has 38,000 energy attack. He has max attack speed. His critical rate's at 45%. His critical damage is 184, so not maxed. And he does have max ignore defense and max skill cooldown, right? And all I have on him is just some mythic energy attack gurus because I'm probably going to end up slapping a CTP of Judgment on this character. I think he'd be a lot better with a Judgment or even a CTP of Rage, to be perfectly honest. Even though he's an elemental character, the CTP of Judgment would be nice because you could just get the extra chain of damage, which would add on to the chain of damage that he already has from his uniform effect. But a CTP of Rage actually would be good on this character because he has guaranteed critical rate. This guy will proc that CTP of Rage quite often, and that is nice. I mean, having guaranteed critical rate by 35% is a big, big bonus. And if they ever reforge CTPs of Rage, then yeah, that is something to think about as far as the character. Now, his Awakened skills, the same old stuff. I mean, it does have the 100% chance to increase critical damage by 20% on critical hits, which is really, really nice. It helps him to hit a lot harder. Something you'll notice about his kit, though, is he doesn't have any damage accumulation. I mean, this guy's power is just raw power, just like Ghost Rider, just like Johnny Blaze version of Ghost Rider, which is something I can definitely appreciate. So you have the attack buff on the third skill, and this third skill does do a lot of damage. This is another reason the CTP of Rage and Judgment would be better because none of his skills are really cancelable. I mean, third skill is, but it's going to set up the prog if you try using it first. And it also kind of leaves you vulnerable when you're using it, which is why we're actually going to be proccing on the fifth skill because it puts him in an iframe and keeps him from taking as much damage. And then the fourth skill actually has ignore iframe. It gives him, penetration by 70%. It gives him a 60% chance to become fire immunity, the heal. I mean, it's a really amazing skill. And then the fifth skill gives him seconds of immunity, and then he has a critical rate by 30%. So my critical rate is going to be pretty much maxed out. And then we have a 35% attack buff from the skill. But it is on a 9-second cooldown. Now, the thing about his rotation. Well, let me talk about his passive first. His passive, increased fire resist, 80% chance to become immune to fire damage, and then increased fire damage is awesome, especially applies to flame allies. So anybody that has that flame ally tag will get a buff from Robbie. And then his leadership is just amazing with the 50% ignore dodge. This is awesome against Null. And from what I understand, I haven't done an extensive amount of testing with this, but I understand that ignore dodge is actually effective against Dormammu as well, but that isn't nothing that I can confirm just yet. Now, when it comes to his rotation, you can actually cancel his Awaken skill right away. And what I would recommend people do is just go 3, Awaken skill 5. And just put the proc on the fifth skill, right? Now, there's going to be a certain moment in the air where you're going to want to hit your fourth skill because you're always going to do that fourth skill to get the heal. Now, you could go 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 if you want to every single time. You could go 3, 4, Awaken skill 5 if you want to because he gets the heal like pretty much immediately. It's pretty awesome. And that's nice. But you'll find that, like I said earlier, guys, his 3, his 4, and his 5, they all do really, really good damage. It's actually quite nutty. And that's why the Rage and that's why the Judgment would be better. But the rotation I'm going to show you guys is 3, Awaken Skill, 5, let that play out for someone, and then go into the 4. There's going to be times in the runs that you guys are going to watch, or the run that you're going to watch, where the proc will land on the 5 or on the 4 sometimes, but it still does really, really great damage. Again, guys, CTB of Rage, CTB of Judgment, going to be the best for him. Then he has just a stage 6 Power Ranger Hawk set, no artifact, and then we just have a regular fire damage with critical damage, 140% damage proc. So a very free-to-play setup before I jack him up, because I do plan on jacking this character up, because he's actually, I don't think he's the strongest character by any means, but he is a very strong character. He has a lot of respectful power, and he can actually put in some work for you guys. And then his uniform is at Mythic. Now, as far as the uniform option, you got Call Obsidian, which is awesome, right? You got Magneto, which is meaning bad now. Then you got Moon Knight, which is actually really good, although he should be getting a uniform really soon. And then we have Loki, which is awesome. And then we have Athena, which again is a terrific uniform. So some really good uniform options on Robbie. So I'll do a quick little run for you guys against Null, and then I'll show you guys a run against Dormammu. All right, now we're going to use Robbie's leadership here. And with that support from Deathlock there, we're going to get another 20% ignore dodge. So you guys can see just how much damage that guy does with this little build that I got on him. So 3 Awaken Skill 5. I'm going to go ahead and hit that 4. Now I hit the 4 early in hopes that it doesn't trigger the proc again, but it does. It triggered the proc. So we actually lost our proc right there, which is quite annoying. We're going to wait for the 3-5 to get off cooldown so we can start our rotation all over again. There we go. And I did find, guys, if you go 3-5 and then go into the 4, that you will do more damage. I mean, seriously. There's the proc on the 5th skill. Now, I'm going to try to kind of move away, but we're getting hit by tornadoes here. There we go. I mean, then when you hit the 4, look at this. I mean, he's still doing like 2 bars of damage, and the proc didn't even land on, the 4th skill, which is nutty. Got a little tongue twisted there. Oh, I just love tornadoes. I just love them. So annoying. There we go. Now his proc does come quite late when it comes to his skills. There, the proc's actually on the 4th skill. And you guys can actually get a load of the damage. I'm just going to wait a little bit. Wait a little bit. There we go. So we can get the proc back on the 5th skill here. I've actually done this much faster than this. I've actually cleared the first part of Null within a minute 15 seconds. There we go. So, I mean, you know, it took a minute 30, guys. I've done this in about a minute 15 with this build, which is actually very respectful. Pretty damn good damage. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. But again, his proc will get off. And you're going to find, guys, a CTB of Judgment or a CTB of Rage would be so much better. But what I'm going to show you guys right now is this run that I did against Dormammu, which is pretty interesting, guys. So this is actually a team effort here. We got some other guys, and this is actually going to make Dormammu even harder than what he would be if I was just trying to do a straight up solo with this character. So there's our 3 Awaken Skill 5, right? Now, as far as the damage that we're actually going to do by the end of this thing, it's not going to be that impressive because, one, he doesn't have a supreme build. But if you guys just noticed, Dormammu did that purple attack where he shoots it out of his mouth. That thing does a lot of damage, and Robbie pretty much just tanked it. Like, I was doing my skill, the ray hit us from Dormammu, and we just tanked it because we got that 70% damage reduction from supervillains. And this is something that's really, really godly about the character. Like I don't know for sure if he's stronger than Robbie Blaze version of Ghost Rider or not, but I do know that his survivability is way, way better. And that goes a long way, guys. I mean, if you have a CTB of Rage or Judgment, and you want to, and especially if you don't have the Johnny Blaze version of Ghost Rider, this is going to be a really good choice. And I do think he would be well worth picking up for quite a few players out there. Not for all players, I don't think, but he's going to be a really good pickup. Even for me, being a veteran, I'm actually very, very happy with this purchase and really happy with him. You know, like I don't care that he isn't as strong, say, as maybe some other characters. I mean, look at it, he just tanked that thing again. But because of the ease of play, well, the ease of play as far as the survivability, it just makes him super, super fun because he feels like Ghost Rider in that he's super tanky. The car shooting out and driving all over the place is really cool. The animations are awesome. The sound effects are really cool. Like he's just a really cool character to play, right? Now we plowed through the first phase of that, but it really wasn't Robbie doing the damage. Again, guys, we just got 140% regular damage proc. We just got a stage 6 Power Ring Rock set. So it's not like I got some super awesome build. I just wanted to bring him in here and see if we could get it done, see how much damage he could actually do against Dormammu, because this is the new in-game content for all of us as far as what we're doing in the game. This is the boss that we really want to fight, because you can actually get tier 4 materials from this guy, right? So you're trying to face this dude as much as possible, or using as many boost points as you can to get as many resources for tier 4, because guys, if you're not buying those packs for a tier 4 character, which I might talk about in another video, it's going to take a long time to tier 4 Iron Man. It's going to take a long time. And not only that, but you have to play this boss multiple times a day, because even if you do have the boost points and you get all the all the tier 4 materials you need other than books, you might not get a blast book for Iron Man. You don't get those things every single day. I've actually played this thing 3 times a day so far, and I haven't got a book yet. So yeah, that's awesome to know that we have more bullcrap RNG as far as getting books, which royally sucks, man. It's a real bummer that they set it up that way. They really should be guaranteed, especially considering all the resources you need, because you'd still have to come in here all the time and get the Sola Faltine resources. You'd still have to come in here and get those things no matter what. So I really think it sucks that the books are RNG based as far as getting them. I mean, it's just, ugh. It's a real bummer, guys. I mean, I honestly hate it that they did that. I don't like RNG in games. One of the reasons that I love Marvel Future Fight is because it's a game that doesn't have as much RNG as, say, a lot of other games that I've played out there. That's something that I've always loved about this game, and adding in all this RNG is just kind of like, ugh, it's like, man, we really don't need a bunch of RNG. We don't need all this extra crap. It really kind of sucks, honestly, guys. But it is what it is. We'll make we'll make the best with it as we can. But yeah, I mean, obviously now, Dormammu in the second phase, he decreases Pierce by 50%. So even though I got 22% Pierce in my account, I'm only applying 11% right now. Yeah. So we're not doing near as much damage to Dormammu as what we'd really like to. And my proc's actually gotten off quite a few times in this run. But but his survivability is great. Like Robbie's survivability is nutty, man. It's so good. And then on top of that, having the fire resist for, say, Mephisto, and being a universal, having an advantage against Blast, like he's going to be a pretty decent character against that too. Like he's not going to be the best character by any means, but I don't know. I personally think it's a really awesome uniform. I'm really, really happy with it. And I'm not trying to tote it up or anything and saying it's the best, because I don't think it is. But I do think it's a damn good uniform. And I do think that you're going to have a lot of fun with this character if you do have him. He's not going to be for everybody. Some players would argue they probably don't need him. They'll just use Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze version of Ghost Rider instead. But I don't know, man. I think he's pretty damn awesome. I'm having a lot of fun with this character, and I'm definitely going to build him up further. I'm going to slap a CTB of Judgment on this character. I'm going to deck him up. I'm going to get him all situated to where he can actually get it done and plow through some content, because if he can do work right now with a 140% damage proc and a stage 6 power rating proc set against this mother effer, right, Dormammu, then think what he's going to do with a Rage or a CTP of Judgment and having a stage 12 Power Bang Groundhog set. I'm going to be able to increase his stats. We're going to do a lot more damage. We're going to have a higher damage proc on our ISO 8 set. We're obviously going to have a better obelisk, so we can do more damage. And the proc's going to be on multiple skills instead of just on one skill. Because the way that he's set up, and this is kind of thing that sucks about him, is that you can't really cancel his skills. Like the third skill, you can hit it, and he'll throw out his blades, and then you can go into another skill and the blades will come flying around. But if you do that first, it'll just proc your proc right away. So it really kind of sucks. But yeah. But we've almost got this whipped up. We've almost got it licked, and you guys can see just how much damage old Robbie did with this build using 2 supports. And keep in mind, if ignore dodge is playing a factor in this thing, I got 30% ignore dodge from Valkyrie, and then we got the 50% ignore dodge from the leadership. So we got 80% ignore dodge at all times. So that would be more than enough if that's the case. I honestly, I can't really confirm that. I haven't really tested it a whole lot, man. Really busy. But I mean, if it is, then, we got plenty of ignore dodge with the setup that we have, which is also another benefit of Robbie, having that awesome leadership. I mean, we're getting it down, man. We got just a little bit more to go. Almost. Come on, buddy. You can do it. We got a bar and a half. Ooh-wee. I keep saying, come on, dude, even though I know that he's not the one really putting in the work here. I realize that it's not him. It's actually, someone else on the teams here. But when you see the percentage, guys, how much damage he does, you'll know that he can definitely put in some serious work against Dormammu for you if you need him to. And let's take a look at how much damage we actually did. And, yep, nicely done. Rocking. So you guys can see that, I did 17% of the damage, and that's with 140% damage proc and a stage 6 Power of Angry Hulk set, which is pretty damn cool, guys. I mean, it's honestly really good that he was able to do that amount of damage, and I guarantee with a Rage, with increasing the Iso-H set, he's going to do even better. He's going to do even more damage than what he is. He's actually going to be a lot better. He's also going to be really useful in squad battle, especially if you don't have Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider. But it's completely up to you as to whether or not you want to purchase this uniform, guys. So let me know what you think about Robbie Reyes, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.